Notre Dame gets off to a fast start, struggles at the end of the first half, and at halftime the players said that it seemed like they were losing. Well, they weren't losing for very long. 4 touchdowns in the second half, outscoring Virginia Tech 28-7 in a 45-23 victory by the Fighting Irish. Number 6 in the country will probably move up to number 5 with a really strong performance in a very difficult place to play.
You know, I'm not sure it felt like they were losing, but it felt like they should have been up by a lot more, and that's what makes you worried when you're on the road. Boy, you could have put Virginia Tech away in the first half. Instead, they did it late in the third quarter. Big plays, the big plays they missed in the first half, they made in the second half, and honestly, Dexter Williams, the word's getting overused, juice, but that's exactly what he brings because it was right here, and once he got 2 blocks, it was over. I thought Brian Kelly gave perfect analysis of that play. They have no levels to their defense, is what he said. Once he broke through, he was gone.
Right. 3 touchdowns for Dexter Williams, 2 for Miles Boykin, and the pickup and run, 42 yards by Julian Love, which was huge. Virginia Tech ended up responding to that, but it was just too much Notre Dame in the second half. And Ian Book, his performance, in his words, was uneven and inconsistent. He missed a couple big plays, which you're thinking at the time is going to be something that they regret, but they stuck with it. And you mentioned the play down here, Tim, the 97-yarder. You're thinking, okay, they need to throw out of the end zone to get moving. Chip Long beats Bud Foster in the second half, including on that play where he stuck with the run, and Dexter Williams went 97 yards.
Yeah, I think people were complaining in the press box that how are they only run one time. There was one handoff to a running back in the second quarter, and you thought, this is – it wasn't the plan to do that. Obviously, part of that is Ian Book reading what he needs to read it out. And had he hit a couple of throws, nobody would have complained about it. But I think Ian Book just needed halftime to regroup. You could tell he was in a mild funk after the pick. Boy, he came out, and he's just, in his worst day, he was 25 of 35 for 271 yards and a couple of touchdown passes. It's the one bad pick, which, crediting you called as the play started. But he had adversity, and he's bounced back from it now, and he led them to what looks out to be an easy win in a game where it didn't seem that easy all the way through.
In the 23 points, I mean, Virginia Tech and quarterback Ryan Willis, I underestimated Ryan Willis. I mean, I flat out say that. He did a really nice job. But at the end of the day, Notre Dame's defense forced them to kick field goals and were outstanding pretty much down here in this area of the field. I think they were 1 for 3 in touchdowns in the first half, and with the late score. Once again, Clark Lee's defense continues to do an outstanding job, and they're really, really good in the red zone.
Yeah, they're down Julian Okwara in the second half. They only give up 1 touchdown in the second half. They don't bring Dalen Hayes here. They're down in the red zone, and I look down and I see Shane Simon on the field for the first time in his college career, and he's part of a red zone defense that gets 3 stops from the 1-yard line, and he makes one of the tackles. They just have a lot of trust, a lot of faith in what they have in the depth. Obviously more than we have, because we were shocked to see him down there at the time. It's just this defense continues to mature, and they were down a couple key parts, but you wouldn't really have known it once they settled in and it started to handle Willis's strengths.
Jameer Jones got a bunch of snaps. Ade Ogundeji changed positions. I know we it's easy to say defensive end, but it really is a different position. And they had to dig deep. There's no doubt about it. Virginia Tech kept fighting, but you could feel the air out of this stadium, the air and the fans dissipate as the second half progressed. Notre Dame just too much offensively, and a really stern job down here in the red zone as Notre Dame comes into Lane Stadium and defeats Virginia Tech 45-23.